While riding my motorcycle, I swerved to avoid hitting a deer. I lost control and landed in a ditch, severely banging my head. Well, I was pretty confused. I crawled out of the ditch, the edge of the road, and a convertible pulled up with a very beautiful woman. She said, "Are you okay?" Well, I looked up and I noticed that she was one of the most beautiful women I'd ever seen. I replied as I pulled myself up to the side of the car, "I'm okay, I think." She said, "Well, get in, I'll take you home. I can clean and bandage that scrape that you've got." "Well, that's nice of you," I said, "but I don't think my wife would like me doing that." "Oh, come on, I'm a nurse. I need to see if you got any more injuries." Well, she was very pretty and very persuasive. Being a little shaken and weak, I agreed, but I repeated, "I'm pretty sure my wife isn't gonna like this." Well, we got to her place. It was just a couple of miles away. We had a couple of cold beers and got all bandaged up. Well, I thanked her and said, "I feel a lot better. I know my wife's gonna be pretty upset. I should probably go." "Don't be silly," she said with a smile and a wink. "Stay for a while. She won't know anything. By the way, where is your wife?" "I don't know. Still in the ditch, I guess." Couple of good old boys were looking through a Victoria's Secret catalog and admiring the models. One says to the other, "You ever seen the beautiful girls in this catalog?" Second one says, "Yeah, they are beautiful. And look at the price." First one says, "Well, they aren't very expensive. At this price, I'm going to buy one." Second one says, "All right, why don't you buy one? And if she's as beautiful as it is in the catalog, I'll get one too." Well, a couple of weeks later, the youngest guy goes up to his buddy and says, "Did you ever get that girl you ordered from the Victoria's Secret catalog?" Second one says, "Nope. Shouldn't be long now, though. Got her clothes yesterday." A very wealthy old man married a beautiful young woman. Well, all of his friends were amazed that she would go for him, but they figured she was in it for the money. So one day at the country club, after a round of golf, the newlyweds sat down in the clubhouse with many of the old guy's friends. The rich old guy got up from the table to go order another round of drinks, and his new bride began talking to all of his friends. "Thanks for being so nice to us," she said. "It really means a lot considering what my new husband's going through." "Oh my," said his friends. "What's going on?" "Well, I wasn't supposed to say anything, but my husband's very sick. He doesn't have much time left. That's why we got married so quickly and why I'm so devoted to his any and all wishes everywhere, if you know what I mean." Well, at this point, one of the guys got up and joined the old man at the bar, waiting for the drinks. "Hey, your hot new wife just told us you were sick and didn't have much time left. As your personal physician for the last 30 years and the guy who gave you a physical last week, that's news to me is you're in perfect health." "Well, yeah," said the old guy. "But she doesn't know that." A guy bought a brand new Mercedes and was out for his first drive. The top was down, the breeze was blowing through his hair, and he decided to open her up. Well, as the needle jumped up to 80 miles an hour, he suddenly saw flashing red and blue lights behind him. "There's no way they can catch a Mercedes," he thought. So he opened her up a little further, hit 90, 100, 110, finally 120 miles an hour. But those lights were still behind him. "What am I doing?" he thought, and he pulled over. Well, the cop came up to him, took his license without a word, and examined it and the car. He said to him, "I've had a pretty tough shift, and this is my last pullover. I don't feel like doing the paperwork, so if you can give me an excuse for your driving that I've never heard before, I'll let you go." The guy said, "Last week my wife ran off with a cop, and honestly, dude, I just thought you were trying to bring her back." A bear walks into a bar and says, "Hey, bartender, I'd like a gin and tonic." And the bartender says, "What's with the big paws?" The bear says, "I don't know. Born with them, I guess." One day, a farmer was tending to his livestock when he noticed that one of his cows was completely cross eyed. He called up the veterinarian and told him to bring in his cow. Well, the vet took one look at the cow, stuck a straw right up the cow's butt, and blew into the straw until the cow's eyes straightened out. The vet charged the farmer $100, and the farmer went home happy. Well, about a week later, the cow's eyes were cross-eyed again, but this time the farmer figured he could probably take care of it himself. So he called his hired hand over, and together they put a straw right up the cow's butt. The farmer put his lips on the straw and started to blow. Strangely, nothing happened, so he asked his hired hand to give it a try. Well, the hired hand removed the straw, turned it around, put it in the cow's butt, and started to blow. "What are you doing?" asked the farmer. "What? I wasn't going to use the side that you put your lips on. That's gross." All the passengers on a plane were waiting for the flight to leave. They were getting a little impatient, but the airport staff assured them that the pilots would be there soon and the flight could take off. Well, finally, the entrance opens and two men dressed in pilots' uniforms walk up the aisle. Both of them are wearing dark glasses. One of them's using a guide dog, and the other one's tapping his way along the aisle with a cane. Well, nervous laughter spreads throughout the cabin, but the men enter the cockpit and the door closes and the engines rev up. The passengers begin glancing nervously around, searching for some kind of sign that this has to be some kind of practical joke. Well, all of a sudden the plane starts moving faster and faster down the runway. The people sitting in the window seats realize they're headed straight for the water at the edge of the airport. Well, it looks like the plane's gonna go right into the water. All of a sudden, everybody in the plane starts to scream. Well, just at that moment, the plane lifts off smoothly into the air. One of the pilots turns to the other and says, "You know, one of these days the passengers aren't gonna scream and we're all gonna be in big trouble." Our boy Bob was in a little bit of trouble. He forgot his wedding anniversary and his wife was pissed. Well, she told him, "Tomorrow morning I want to see a gift in that driveway that goes from 0 to 200 in 6 seconds, and it better be there." Well, the next morning he got up early and left for work. When his wife woke up, she looked out the window, and sure enough, to her surprise, there was a huge box, gift wrapped, right in the middle of the driveway. Well, confused and happy, she put on her robe and ran out to the driveway. She ripped the box open, opened it, and found a brand new bathroom scale. Bob still missing. Hey everybody, it's Eddie here. If you could do me a favor and leave me a comment, which joke was your favorite? Thanks, and we'll see you next time.